Good morning, everyone. Welcome to MaryAnne's Mystic Mansions. I'm MaryAnne. Thank you for tuning in. It's always wonderful to have you here and taking the time. Welcome to your Sun Sign Love Connection readings for today. New and returning viewers, this is sort of the format I've been keeping for a while now, but I read for 2 sun signs every single day. One is the featured, where I go around my astrology wheel, and the reading is predominantly for that sign, so people know when their day is coming up. We're in the first half of the month readings. Today is May 6th, 2021, and we're reading for the beautiful earth sign of Virgo today. And then right in front of you, Spirit always has a specific highlighted connection for you where I read 3 additional major category messages, okay? And so let's pick that right now for you. And let's see what Spirit definitely has in mind and what they want to share about this connection. This love connection is all forms of love. So, you don't have to be in a major relationship or committed relationship, but love takes on many forms. And so your specific beautiful energy for today, Virgo, is with the highlighted connection of Capricorn. And what I really like about this is that right off the bat, Capricorn is your fellow earth sign. And then we are in the beautiful season of Taurus, which is also the 3rd beautiful earth sign. And so I've been feeling this way myself. That's what happens in this season, like every single season, where we have our birthday and our sun sign come to life, our solar return for our birthdays. You take on the energy of what's happening that month. And with Taurus, you surely must be feeling the resonance of the harmonious, vibrations that are happening for you. And that's always a really comforting, calming energy when it's earth, I find. Before this season was, of course, Aries, the first season of the year and the first beginning of astrology year, basically. That's fire and it's ambition, and it gets us going, and it starts us looking in ways and towards the year that can really change our life and initiate things that we haven't before as a cardinal sign. And now with Taurus, it's just taking the ideas, planting them, making them firm and stable and secure and permanent. And that's the energy that Earth can provide for us, right? Now, you're no exception, Virgo. And the difference with you, as opposed to Taurus and Capricorn, you are mutable sign. So in most of the time, the recognition for Earth is it's a little stubborn and a little hard to move and a little less likely to change. There's more routine. There's more, routine, but steadfast kind of action where, you're always going to be doing a certain thing a certain way, and it's always going to lead you to the end result that you want. It's always about, being very reliable and accountable and, just super hardworking a lot of times. Every earth sign I've ever known. Although a lot of work for a lot of people isn't considered work, but they are tried and true. They will not stop. They will not let you down if you happen to be a work partner with an earth sign. Generally, they usually are, if not entrepreneurials, because they just are that capable and they understand the true meaning of work ethic. You probably run your own business, and anyway, you keep things moving. You're a very organized planner, comes to mind, detail-oriented when it comes to Virgo. It's a general reading, but it's these particular 2-3 traits for each sign are very, very accurate, I find, throughout the years of studying the compatibility between the signs and the personality traits. So to have an earth sign as a friend or a partner, you can feel there's a definite drive to be stable and to know that everything that's you can feel, touch, is what they're interested in, the material aspects of things. Yeah, they're not necessarily inclined to be as risky, though they will study and do their due diligence for the proper investments, okay? That's not something they would rush, but there are a lot of great investments. They learn and study. Now, Virgo, you are one of the most intelligent signs. You are ruled by the planet Mercury, and the Mercury is of mind. It is, commerce and ideas and invention and just, connection and just continual study and learning. And you do that. Oh my gosh, you always want to improve. You always feel like, in fact, you're probably your worst critic a lot of times. You always feel like, there's something else I can learn and there's something else I can help someone with. You're one of the most authentically devoted signs. You usually are out there because you love to help other people. And that's what I found with certainly people I know that are Virgos in the service field. I can turn to them for pretty much anything. And they either know it or they'll look it up right away, or they'll know somebody who does and they'll get back with me. They're accountable. I can rely on them. That's such a beautiful feeling, And yeah, so you care greatly about the people you are in touch with, your relationships, your life, your work, and you love nature. I tend to find a lot of earth signs as being extremely natural. A lot of times, very little makeup. You like to eat well, you like to take care of your body in a natural way, with maybe natural remedies. Obviously, there's some people that go a little Western or Eastern, that's the reality when you're reading for a general reading, but you get where I'm going. It's just, you have this thing, like the magic green thumb when it comes to planting and growth of using the soil and getting your hands dirty, You love being out in nature. You love just the natural beauty of life. I mean, it's an incredible time of year, and I feel like we're all feeling that inspiration, and it's so perfect that it falls in the time of Taurus to just really keep us motivated, and know that keeping our eye on the prize. And what's really beautiful, Virgo, is the new moon, which happens in every one of our signs, once a year for us, and then also a full moon in each of our signs, is happening in the sign of Taurus on the 11th. So that's just coming up next week, and you can just really sit and write down your intentions and just know with every bit of your heart and soul and mind that this too will come to pass. Your greatest desires, your greatest manifestations will occur as long as you allow the patience and the unpredictability part as to how they come about. Sometimes it can be very streamlined, but that's not always the case. And I think you understand that, and I also find you to be one of the most patient. But I love the mutable aspect of you, because that means you're very adaptable and you're open to new ideas. You're okay with change, You'll sit back and you may observe and you may study. Of course you'll study. And then you'll be open-minded and say, yeah, I'm going to go for it. And then amazing things come from that. So, allowing and taking those risks. And interesting, we have the beautiful outside planet, which is powerful in so many ways, Uranus in the sign of Taurus. That affects you as an earth sign more than maybe all the others, but it also affects us all. And it's about changes that come unexpectedly and epiphanies and tower moments that lead us to different paths and circumstances and opportunities we may not have seen, but out of blue, there they are, and they're just the best things that ever happened. So that's a big part of what's happening up and through 2026, with Taurus being in the sign, and Uranus being in the sign of Taurus. So yeah, you're very, very you're being influenced in incredible ways that are really, just bringing you back that faith and trust, and you're seeing it, you're feeling it. And I would imagine that this has also been a time when you're doing, like I say to everybody, with all the time we've had to be indoors in the last year, you're definitely planning and making those vacations happen. It is an absolute for you. It has to happen. We all need that in our lives. It certainly enriches us, and it helps us to rejuvenate ourselves and move towards our goals yet again, feeling fresher and more inspired. So I am going to let you know that this Capricorn highlighted connection is absolutely beautiful as well. It's everything I mentioned about you. Capricorn is the goat. Capricorn is the sure-footed goat symbolism, where they, goats are known for just being able to climb the highest terrains, the highest mountains, you know, with sure-footedness and ease and determination, you know, and they reach the top. They reach the top and go to the other side, and then they'll do it again and again. It's no feat to them, because they are ruled by Saturn, and Saturn is that taskmaster. That is the one that keeps you on track, right? That is the old man time. It's about time and knowing. When you persevere and you put everything you have into it, you know, mind, body, and soul, your goals, your dreams, your work, your relationships, your family and friends, it always pays off. And it's all about success, you know, for Capricorn, building that empire, building that secure place, that secure relationship for life, you know, the permanence of it. It's not a fly-by-night thing when you have earth signs in mind. And there's this dedication, like I said, and loyalty that is, you know, unsurpassed by the other elements. We all learn from each of us. And that's a beautiful lesson, to just ground yourself in the hardest and the most chaotic of times. You know, you can still be in full control of how you react to things, how you respond, how you put out the energy to others. And to make sure you recognize you need to be present, you need to trust in that stable, grounded energy that's available to all of us. So the two of you together are a beautiful match. You're great long-term loyal friends, work partners. You know, you trust each other, you care deeply for each other. You know, you work really hard, so you both get that whole, you know, work ethic thing. That's something that's just innate in both of you, especially with the Capricorn Saturn aspect. But you love that. It's something that really resonates in a beautiful way, because you have the harmonious energy and fundamental beliefs about your life and things of that nature. So I just absolutely love this. Now, Capricorn is a cardinal sign, so they represent the beginning of the season of Taurus, of winter. So we've already had that, of course, and it comes up again in the latter part of December through January. It basically starts every year, and it's a different, more of a kind of a solemn, you know, barren energy with that Saturn. You know, this is serious, we've got to do this. They're kind of reserved energy, but they have a great heart. They have a good sense of humor. Many of them do. I think it's a hidden understanding about Capricorns and their variants of what they can do and their skills. You know, it's non-ending, because they can do anything they put their mind to, and they do. And once again, they have that earthy, beautiful, genuine aspect to them. So yeah, this is beautiful. I would love to read the specific 3 major categories messages for this particular highlighted connection. Now, if you don't resonate right now with this Capricorn energy, Virgo, it could be that something spectacular or incredibly life-altering will happen around the season of Capricorn. It could also be that you don't know that the person you're involved with, that has to do with perhaps your money, institutions, you know, even people at work, you don't necessarily know when they're born. So you could find that out perhaps if you asked, or maybe somebody you're kind of interested in, a little smitten in. It's kind of new. You know, that spring fever kind of thing comes in, and we start thinking, I want to get out again. We can do it, you know, I mean, little by little time, we're able to get out more than we certainly were last year. But it's kind of a new, beautiful, I mean, love is a beautiful feeling, right? It's inspirational, and it makes us just want to, you know, get up and thrive and love life. So it could be that, but it could also be somebody you're very much aware of, or you've been with in a relationship for many, many years. So let's read about this. The first category I always like to pull is the overall energy that led you to the reading. Now remember, these are the beginning of the months. I always invite everybody to come back, always, but especially mid-month, to see where this is going, what direction and narrative it's taking on since you've had the reading. What with the new moon that'll affect the mid-month readings, absolutely. And then we have other beautiful astrological things happening. But I will bring into play that today we have the moon in Pisces, and that's always that very soft, vulnerable, dreamy, creative, extremely creative, intelligent, mutable aspect that Pisces has. You know, believing and just wanting love and compassion in anything they do, and just sitting with both the spiritual but the grounded aspect and finding that balance, you know, loving nature, loving life, putting out that energy, which only brings that sort of energy back. And that's really how I've been feeling, because I can go either way like anybody. And I've had a lot of things that have really kept my mind overly preoccupied. And I honestly just said, I'm gonna let that go. Because I got a beautiful weekend ahead. My son, one of my sons, is gonna take me away for Mother's Day. And I haven't been away for over 3 years. I'm ecstatic about it. So I'm letting things flow, and then that's a flow. It's that, you know, the watery element of Pisces is really very, very, very attractive to you as well, Virgo. Very different. It's actually Virgo and Pisces are polarities. They're absolute opposites, and they therefore are attracted to each other for that. And there's always this kind of a pull that happens with the polarity signs like yours and Pisces. But yeah, and then there's more to come. I'll speak of, you know, in the next mid-month readings with some exciting, beautiful energies happening in major planet, you know, movements with Pisces as well. So the first category, though, is going to be the overall energy that brought you to the reading. And this is for every single beautiful Virgo and Capricorn. And you have the Lovers. So that's pretty amazing. Now, let me put on my glasses. I did make a mistake before. I am using the beautiful Art Nouveau Tarot deck. Every single card has a shimmer of gold in it somewhere. It just seems so appropriate for how I'm feeling and the light-hearted kind of energy I feel and the love. And yeah, 6, that's a major arcana. And you know what's really a trip about this? We have, we're in Taurus season, but we'll be entering into Gemini season on the 20th. So it's like about a little under a couple weeks. And it's about perfect selection. And yes, it's about love. And yes, it's about commitment. And it's major arcana, so it's the most important message and, you know, energy that could come to you. So in addition to that, we had the planet Mercury move into Gemini for a long extended stay through, I believe, July 8th or something, possibly a little after that. And that is going to really activate the mind and the ability to think quick. And, you know, Gemini is an energy that's dual and it's mutable, just like you, Virgo. So I see a lot of Virgos and Geminis together because they get that. That's that harmonious, you know, synergy that goes in between you two. But thinking quick on your feet, you know, ideas, possibilities, almost too much, you know, just like all coming in and just you needing to sort through and keep that grounded aspect of you strong. Love is definitely in the picture. It could be this Capricorn. It could definitely be that you are taking things to a different level. There's great joy. You could be certainly having fun and having great friendships and connections that you're meeting and will continue to meet during the Gemini, because they're very sociable. They're very much about communication and connection and commerce and everything that Mercury tends to bring about. And the fact that, yeah, it's Taurus season. You might have a lot of Taurus friends and you're just in Capricorn friends and you're just all getting together and you're feeling the warmth and just this genuine overall emotional stability and feeling of happiness, you know, long-awaited happiness. And it doesn't even have to be from exterior things. It's an absolute, genuine, beautiful, calm feeling. It's a natural thing that's coming to you, and it's so beautiful. And the Lovers can be about love, but it can be about a definite desire you have, a definite trip you want to take, a definite you know, new idea for a income, a new job, you know, offer. It's a lot of different possibilities, but it's beautiful. It's a beautiful first overall energy to get, let me tell you. And yes, we will have the Mercury retrograde in Gemini at the end of the month, and we'll start to feel that shadowy period where things start to slow down. So everything you're putting forth, you want to do as far as initiating something, you want to do that before the 14th. It's always best. People do what they have to do. You may have to redo things when you start or sign a contract or something, start a new job. There'll be some tweaking during a retrograde, but it's not the end of the world by any means. People do it all the time. It's just knowing and being flexible and reviewing and doing all the things you do anyway, Virgo. So that comes kind of easy for you, I think, with this particular retrograde. But the second category is the possible blessings. So you've got the overall energy of love and, compatibility, partnership, friendships, stability, definite proper selection in anything you choose. Oh my God. Wow. I was sensing it, and I came in, and I've been feeling that way since I woke up, and even last night, and the Pisces moon certainly helps. But you have the Two of Cups. There's that love. There's that Pisces energy of creativity and romance. And I mean, I think out of all the signs, it's kind of a hard decision, and there's a few, but Pisces is definitely the love leader and the most romantic and, just so heart-centered. And it's so beautiful. So yes, you're feeling that way too. And your cups runneth over. And I don't see this as an obstacle. I mean, the only thing I can think of is that maybe, like so many people that were getting married and they made that selection, they made that choice, they made that commitment, that next level of love, right? It had to be postponed. So now they're thinking, whew, it's on, baby. It's happening. I get goosebumps. I got hair a little bit coming up, my legs I can feel. It's pure love and joy. It's fulfillment, emotional stability. So yeah, I absolutely love that. And it is definitely a part of, and it's the number 2, of course, for partnerships. And it's just in all forms, just feeling this wonderful, long deserved and change of heart, grounded, beautiful feeling right now. Taurus is ruled by Venus, and Venus is about love. So that's predominantly shining on all of us too. It's magic, it's money, it's good fortune, it's feeling good, looking good, it's all of that. It's just all of that. So, wow, so far so good. And last but not least, the category for the highlighted connection is going to be the finances. It's important, right? You know how you feel about that. You want to see, feel, touch, and know how hard you're working and where it's going and where you can put this and how you value it, and making all those choices, always thinking, always, strategizing and being very clever about it. Oh, okay. 10 of Swords. Whew, one of the most ominous cards. But I can say something right off the bat, because here we have, and this is under the category of finances, this is under the category of whatever you consider to be wealth, and certainly health is in there. If you've been under the weather, if you've had difficulty in communicating the needs of your finances with institutions, with the law, with things being fair and just, it's as though you've just been stabbed in the back. You've had enough. You're done. That's it. You're at your wit's end, and you want to give up, but the 10 represents a new cycle. So all of this has obviously occurred in some form for almost every one of us, even the ones that were just reveling and making tons of money. Something else happened when it wasn't about money, I can promise you, because it affects us in different ways, and everybody was affected, and cause and effect, but that's over. And it makes perfect sense with this reading of the Lovers and the Two of Cups. I mean, you're not about to let this get you down anymore. You have too much ingenuity, too much faith. You're so capable of just getting up like the phoenix and rising above. You're not a quitter. That is not in your vocabulary. And I love seeing the 10 because that ends it, and it starts the new cycle, the new moon. The effects that the eclipse is starting at the end of this month, the series of eclipse, first in Sagittarius and then in Gemini as well. I mean, that's going to eclipse these hardships out of your way, bring a new, beautiful, imaginable, miraculous changes, you know, with your money, with your health, with your well-being, because you believe it and then you achieve it. You know, I mean, that's the status quo little state. I love that affirmation. I say it all the time. I'm happy to see that. As ominous as this looks, it is the end. And yeah, I'm right there with you. I truly, truly am. And it's nice to know we go through these cycles, and they can be very challenging and very difficult, and it's hard to see. But I don't think for a moment you didn't believe that it's another one of those times in my life. And depending on how old you are, you realize this is definitely a part of life. So you roll with the punches, and you get back up, and you start again. And you're feeling really happy and genuinely, energetically ready to do so. So I absolutely love that reading for you. I'm going to finish it with the rune I've been adding. I call it the period to the end of the mini highlighted reading that we have. And don't go anywhere if you want to continue this, because I do have the oracles that I read for every single Virgo and every one of your love connections of all signs, if this particular highlighted one wasn't something you're aware of, or at least yet. So the rune is the wonderful oracle that's been around for centuries and has such potent wisdom and energy and just such synchronicity to the readings. And this one, I thought I pulled out a blank one. It's a Z. It's like Zorro, but I don't really remember at all. At this point, I'm still memorizing. I set this on the second category, the possible blessings or obstacles. And then I read to you the number and the title or the name of this rune. And this is Ethwas. And it's number 13. And number 13 is 1 plus 3 in numerology. That equals a 4. 4 is stability. 4 is grounded. 4 is safe, stable, happy. You know, foundations are good. Family's good. Feelings are good. All of this that shows in your beautiful reading. So that is a beautiful recognition from the oracle of the rune. And we're going to read to you now where it goes from here. First of all, the word associated with this rune is yew tree. So this is a very, very historically old, you know, tree that's been around for centuries. And the whole aspect of tree is the rooted, grounded earth energy that you exude and you are, which is beautifully coincidental, right? But not really. It's absolutely perfect. Spirit does this all the time. And so the time period is between December 29th, isn't that something, and January 20th. So it happens to be during the time of Capricorn, your highlighted connection. I can't make this up. There's something predominantly important. It's really vastly permanent in a lot of ways. And I know you sense that, and I sense that marriage, of course, would equate to something like that. But if it is business, it's going to be something that's going to really, really change you in incredible ways. It's going to build, because that's all that, you know, Capricorn knows. They only look up. They don't think otherwise. It's only about success, and they are constantly reinventing and rejuvenating and starting and initiating. And yeah, this is it. So that's pretty amazing and beautiful. So if it's not happened yet, it can definitely, whatever is transpiring now and by this new moon next week, will have culminated then. And that's a really, really nice, I mean, it comes before you know it. We're almost in June, so, you know, we're halfway there. Write that down and remember, or, you know, check back on this video. I don't know how long they stay on YouTube. The words associated with this, though, are secret, magic, mystery, sensitivity, clairvoyance, intuition, independence, duration, continuity. Is that what the word is? Continuity and silence, because your most profound guidance, messages, signals, little voices, little whispers come in the silence. And you loving nature and maybe planning this trip, maybe around Christmas, finalizing something, sharing such great, great, beautiful time together and a chance to be still, and really, really hear what's coming through for you. It's a magical thing to do. Magic came in the word. Yeah. Absolutely gorgeous. So yeah, it's on for you. I'm excited to say that. And like I said, I felt so warm and not really anxious or anything today. It's just so, so beautiful. And so then I'm going to read on now to your oracle messages and just really ask you, if you have not subscribed, if you could do me a big favor and push the subscribe button, because YouTube really wants to see that to help me continue with my, my uploads, the clarity, the support that I can bring, all of the above. You can share, like, it takes a moment. You can push the notification bell, and it's free, and it's just super supportive. That's the beginning and the end of it, really. And I really, really appreciate every one of you that are and that might want to do so. And then you can come back and just be a part of this and comment and, interact with me, which I really love. I always respond to every comment. I appreciate you very much. This is what I love. This is my path. This is my purpose. So let us read to you your beautiful oracle, which is the Wisdom of the Hidden Realm. They call it Bearing Reed, which is for every single beautiful Virgo, earthly, kind, genuine, stable Virgo. And your message for today, for you and every single one of your signs, is the Camel Boy. Small steps, asking for help. Now, right off the bat, number 33, one of my favorite numbers. It used to be my younger son's jersey number from basketball, and I've always held on to it, but I know it's more than that, because there's the triad and the 333 and the angelic, co-creative kind of energy that comes with that number. But, well, first of all, it's a beautiful picture. And I honestly do not ever remember pulling this. So that says something to me as well. But asking for help is, for a Virgo to ask for help, it's not unheard of. But usually I find you're used to having people come to you. So it's important that you listen to that, because yes, we all need help at times, and it's okay. And you should know, I think, that the way that you've been so instrumental in helping others, just as a natural process of who you are, it's just, people want to help you. And so feel free at any cost to just ask, and you will receive. Okay, so once again, 33, the Camel Boy. I'll read you specifically the message from the book. And it says, when the Camel Boy comes as your ally, he reminds you that asking for help will bring in the right people to ease the burden of your life. Perhaps a wise person appears to give you advice. Maybe you're moving and suddenly a couple of friends offer to give you a hand with your packing. Wouldn't that be nice? Or you want information about someone and you just happen to run into his former partner, who gives you the knowledge you need to make the decision you've been weighing. No matter the issue, this is a sign that if you ask, you will receive what you need. Synchronicity is engaged when you request assistance. The Camel Boy never lets you down when you ask for the help in lightening your load. Now is the time to do so, and so to expect to get it. Well, I absolutely love that, because all I know is this beautiful reading that you had for the highlighted started out amazing, and this change of energy, right? It has to do with words, communication, asking, if it does have to do with, let's say, your health or your body, you definitely want to get the right people in the right circumstances, and those are times that you need to have someone else's point of view, even though I'm sure you'll look up diligently every single aspect and due diligence to find out what it is you can do to improve and help yourself. There's powers in number that way, so, and financial or whatever it is. So I like that a lot. It's right next to that card too. So then we move on to the beautiful, what I've pulled in for this month. I change them up every month, of course, from the beginning and the mid-month readings, is the Motivation Manifesto deck. It's that simple, inspirational, sane quote, sentence, paragraph that can change your life. I mean, literally, I've had a few things happen in the past week. Well, one was I watched the movie that got an Oscar, I believe. I know it did. It's the Octopus, My Teacher. my teacher, the octopus. Honestly, I don't even know how to explain it. I love it when that happens. It's been a while, and it moved me so much. So things like that will continue to happen if we ask and we allow them and we listen and we're silent. And your specific, beautiful, motivational manifesto message for today, Virgo, is we are to be radiant, grateful, buoyant people. We are to be radiant, grateful, buoyant people. That's it. That's the epitome. That's you. You know, you believe, you do it. You got this. It's very, very appropriate. It's right in line with the reading, and it's deserving. And I'm so happy if this is happening. And if it's not happening this moment, give it some time. Okay. Trust in that happening. And yeah, so finally the super attractor manifestation message, which is what I always call an affirmation or a mantra for you to say over and over again to change the energy, which is all it is when it comes to receiving and giving. And what we're giving out, we do receive. And the more better feeling energy you put out, the better feeling energy comes in. So we're really going to focus on that primarily and allowing that so that you can have that life that you want. Okay, it has to be congruent that way. It has to be in line with your higher good and your better feeling emotions. So your particular beautiful message in ending this reading today, Virgo, and for every one of your wonderful, beautiful love connections is one of my favorites. It's so beautiful. It's like, it's bountiful. It's earth. It's fruit, the fruit of the earth. When I'm tuned into the energy of abundance, I become abundant. It's that like attracts like, you know? And that's so perfect, right? So there's a lot of the orangey, you know, passion that comes from the root chakra, second chakra kind of combined. The creativity is there, the drive, the sensuality, all of the above, you know, with Taurus, a lot of senses come into play. They get heightened at that time, you know, they smell, see, touch, face, things like I said that they can feel on the third dimensional realm of, you know, reality and material aspects of life. So absolutely wonderful reading, and I'm genuinely grateful to have shared it with you. So yeah, take extremely good care, enjoy yourself to the fullest, and hopefully I'll see you again, or you'll come on back and let me know. Okay, I greatly appreciate that. Until next time, bye for now.